You know, just because you say lots of big words and you're over dramatic like a Shakespearean actor, I am Keith Olbermann and I have these things, doesn't mean you're saying anything important. Doesn't mean you're smarter than someone like me. Just means you can't. Just means you can't understand what you're saying. You can't put it in simple terms so people understand. I can talk really fast like this, and I think Scott Brown is an amazing candidate who started the Tea Party, and the Tea Party movement's really good, and it's all about lower government and limited government and lower taxes, and Scott Brown's going to go in, and he voted on no health care, and that's why the people voted for him, because there's no health care. I can talk fast just like you, Keith Olbermann, and I can say all the things, Keith Olbermann. I think you're psychotic. I think you're conservative phobic. I think you're Christian phobic. Oh. Unbelievable. Well, I'm going to play another song here and take a break. When I get back, I'm going to get back on some good news, because it's really time to celebrate, because, like I said, freedom has been on the march this week, and it's been good stuff. You are listening to the Michael Yaffee program, WNSC.UCF.edu, online radio.
Will be held accountable for authorizing the
Minotaur. This is from The Onion, the most trusted news site.
Accountable because the use of the Minotaur was necessary.
Yeah, so forcing prisoners to wander in an infinite labyrinth, living in fear of being torn limb from limb by the Minotaur may seem.
I just don't know what side to take on this debate. I'm not sure.
You have to remember what it was like after 9/11.
That flesh-hungry half-man, half-bull kept us safe from the terrorists.
Look, recently released classified memos show that many of the suspects held at this facility suffered serious psychological
damage. I think I'm on the side of the Minotaur. I don't know.
It's constantly shifting walls, not to mention the dozens who had their spines added to the Minotaur spine pile.
Look, I work for the Bush administration, and this is the fault of the media. They have blown this whole Minotaur issue out of proportion. For one thing, the Minotaur is only 11 feet tall, not 20 like is commonly reported.
It doesn't matter whether the Minotaur used one razor-sharp axe or 7.
Jason,
everything is incremental.
Would do a lot worse to you. They drag you up the side of a mountain and have your bowels pecked out by griffins.
We could
Man, I didn't know the terrorists did that.
That's what separates us from them.
That's exactly
right.
The
Obama administration has released some photos of these etchings, which were found carved on the labyrinth wall.
I mean, I don't see what the debate is here. These etchings clearly prove that the interrogations constituted torture.
They still prove anything.
No, that's right. And even if the Minotaur did act in a
I don't know if it's torture. I mean, let's get that Minotaur in there.
Responsible for its actions because it is a beastly Minotaur, and no chains can bind it.
And, frankly, I think it's sad that now the words "never-ending labyrinth of pain" are synonymous with the errors made by one loose cannon Minotaur, who, admittedly went too far.
This is theonion.com, America's most trusted news
violates
site.
the Geneva Convention, which prohibits the use of any bovine monster who wields an axe and has teeth longer than 9 inches.
It doesn't make sense. Every terrorist out there is now going to be trained on how to resist talking to a Minotaur while he disembowels him with his razor-sharp arms.
Yeah, now you want to tie the hands and hooves of our interrogators
Come on,
even
look,
further?
there's got to be a federal investigation
Well,
here.
the Minotaur himself has some interesting
What side do you
suggestions
really
on
want to
the
take
top
on
in
this
new
debate?
tell-all audiobook.
I believe we have a clip from the controversial section where the Minotaur talks about Dick Cheney's personal involvement in building the maze.
It's completely unsubstantiated.
Oh, the Minotaur. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to think maybe we should keep the Minotaur around. I mean, if we can get those terrorists in there. And, I mean, I didn't see anything in the Geneva Convention about a Minotaur. I don't know. I just don't. Oh, man. I thank you guys for joining me today. This is Michael Yaffee program. If you want to email me about the show, want to get links, I think I didn't record part of that because I forgot to switch my tape around. I'm a smart one. But I had to get the Minotaur in there. I mean, it's from America's trusted most trusted news site, The Onion, and I mean, it's an interesting debate. I mean, do we keep the Minotaur? Is it torture to put him in a cage with a Minotaur? Fire for a minute? I don't know. This is also going to seem just as crazy, but this is actually 100% true. It's from Financial Times. Bank stocks lead Wall Street retreat. Oh, joy. Wall Street suffered its biggest weekly loss since last October after concerns over banks and Chinese monetary policy wreaked havoc on the market. Banking stocks continue their downward slide Friday following the Obama administration's revelation on Thursday of a far-reaching overhaul of the sector. So we got Obama, he gets up there, okay? He's talking to the banks and he's like, I'm going to have a far-reaching overhaul of all of this. You know what? And the taxpayers, they want their money back. We bailed you out and we want our money back. Even though most of the banks have already paid that with interest, if they've already paid it back because they really didn't want the TARP because it was a joke in the first place. But they paid it back, and so what Obama's really saying is that the government wants its money back because he believes the money belongs to the government. He's basically saying the government wants its money back, and he wants to use that to pay for more government programs that entitle people to the government. You know, welfare programs and universal health care. Goldman Sachs fell 4.2%, and Bank of America's fell 3.7%. All the banks are falling. The S&P 500 fell 2.2% to close near its lowest point of the day, suffering greater losses than Thursday's session. So we have the Wall Street. It's all fallen. But, you know, our president, I mean, should we be worried? He's a genius. He's a genius, our president. I mean, he cares about the people. He's just punishing evil Wall Street, just punishing evil Wall Street. Sorry. I mean, I try to end on a funny note. I mean, there's bad news. You know, we have a real problem, too. That Supreme Court ruling that was upheld. Sotomayor, Obama's justice that she nominated, voted against that. If Kennedy or one of the other justices go, we had an opportunity to vote in McCain. And if you didn't like McCain, at least you would have voted in better justices. But now that Obama's getting into Supreme Court Justice Kennedy gets out. It was a 5-4 vote for that Supreme Court ruling. If Obama puts another one, if Kennedy comes out and puts another one in there, it changes everything. Obama, I said earlier, all the stuff he has done, overreaching government. I think it was in the American Thinker piece that I read, and talked about, in 1 year's time, the president, he's bailed out auto companies. He regards doctors as predators, businessmen as parasites, and police as stupid, considering the Cambridge police situation. He wants to prosecute American intelligence officers for using harsh interrogation techniques against enemies who have killed and are seeking to kill Americans, and he wants to prosecute American soldiers for acts of bravery on the field. And the main reason I'm telling you this right now, and the main reason that I do my show, is because I'm sick and tired of people like Keith Olbermann, people like Obama, these government elites, or these elites that say we need more government, that think they're so much smarter than normal people like me and you. You know what? I'm tired of it. And that's why I'm speaking back. No, you are not crazy if you don't believe in global warming. You are not crazy if you believe in limited government. You are not crazy if you believe in tax cuts. You are not crazy if you believe in winning this war, fighting it with everything we got, believing that the American military is good. You are not crazy if you don't believe in evolution. You are not crazy, but that's what they want you to believe. If you went to the Tea Parties, you're not racist. It doesn't mean you're racist. It just means you believe in limited government. And I'm sick and tired of people that are so-called intellectuals that are telling me how stupid I am and how smart they are. So it's time to fight back. And we're not going to fight back with anger. We're not going to fight back with just insults. We're going to fight back with facts. We're going to fight back with logic, reasoning, and facts. We're going to fight back with history. We are right. We are on the right side. And conservatism is on the ascendancy, like it says in the article and like others have said, and that is a good thing. The American people are not stupid. Obama said, his problem is he hasn't talked directly to the American people and really got to their core values. He gives a speech like every day. He doesn't talk to the American people. He talks at the American people, tells them, this is what we need to do if you like it or not. The people have spoken. They don't want all this stuff. They don't want the healthcare stuff, and yet, we're going to do it because we know what's best for you. No, you don't. I'm sick of these intellectuals telling me how smart they are. You, the American people, the conservatives, the Tea Partiers, you have facts on your side, you have philosophy on your side, you have history on your side, and you are right. And don't let anybody tell you you're stupid. Don't let anybody tell you just because you are a normal, hardworking, middle-class American who doesn't want all this that you don't understand what's going on. It is not that difficult. It is not that complicated like they say you believe. They want to make it more complicated. But this was supposed to be a simple system of limited government. Don't let them get away with that. Don't let them get away with that kind of talk.